Let's do some more, shall we? All right. Oh. No matter which door we took,
That's
all
the
of them
same
led
as
back
the
here.
map we found in the lounge.
The lounge?
Oh, we found something like that too. Our room was an infirmary.
That's so. We found ours in the crew quarters. Her.
Maybe we should sit down for a bit, exchange information.
No. There's plenty of time for that after we check out this elevator.
What are the odds I can use my mouse? It's gonna be better than a controller cursor? No? Okay, I can't use your mouse. I don't believe.
What the? Oh, this is just like the other floor.
These doors have colors on them too. The one on the left is green. The one in the middle is blue. And the one on the right is red.
Are these chromatic doors? Look, there's a box here. It looks like the ones we saw earlier.
Lock, huh? Yeah, it won't budge.
Just like the other doors. No good trying to force it open, I suppose.
Is something wrong, Alice? You've been staring at your bracelet.
Oh, no, I'm fine. But it looks like my guess was right. The numbers have changed.
Numbers. We have the time left. 2 hours? What the frick?
Ah, for fuck's sake. You telling me we're gonna have to just sit around here for another 2 hours?
Yeah, looks like we don't have a choice then. We gotta head back. Clover, how about you show him that note we found?
Oh, okay, hold on. Huh?
Why are your eyes like not actually like
Was
on
it
your face?
something about supplementary rules? Because we found a note just like that. It was in the infirmary.
Yeah, we found one too. The safe in the crew quarters. Here are a few more rules for you. Once you've opened a door, you can hop through it as much as you like. Chromatic doors are like that too. Once you open them, even I carrot keep you from going in and out of them. Any color of bracelet can go through them and as many people as you like. But you have to escape before you can take advantage of this free reign rule. Once you've activated a chromatic door and gone through it to the puzzle beyond, it won't let you go back until you solve the puzzle. If that's true, then we can all go back to where we came
I don't think
again,
Zero's
the
saying we
warehouse.
can. I think he's saying we have to. Otherwise, what's the point of that key card?
You mean this? The Ambidex room key.
We found some too.
Wait, 6 then? One for each AB room.
Let's head back to the warehouse.
Ah, so when Zero says jump, we say how high, huh?
If you don't like it, stay here. Stupid angry mutt watching the door sounds about right.
Asshole. Better hope I don't have rabies, you self-satisfied old turd.
Well, what's it going to be? Are you going to go back with us? Or are you staying here by yourself?
Alright, fine. I'm going.
Bing bong. I get it. But if you wish to do this,
So, this is the crew quarters, huh?
Just as the note said. We had no trouble getting in here.
That means we can go to the infirmary or the lounge.
Yeah, we can check out any of them.
Clover, your eyes freak me out. What are you doing?
Hey, look, Grandpa! They got a poster of a lady in here! It looks like the ones you got back home!
This one's pretty hot. I think we're talking at least 14, maybe even 15 EU.
Agreed.
I sure would like to take it home with me. Unfortunately, I don't think this is really the time for that. Let's keep moving.
Well, hold on. Grandpa, since when were they buddies? Or had they always been that close? In other words, they'd known each other before the notary game, and if Quark was Collington and Eugene, Grandpa, maybe they were even related. And Alice and Clover seem close too. Be close too. Just how many of these people know each other?
Let's
already?
go, buddy. I can't wait to get out of here and back to my, grandpa videos.
Oh, you mean the ones you keep in the locked cabinet?
Shh! You're being too loud, Quark.
Bottom
You'll
of the
have to
totem pole,
say
you two.
these things quietly.
Warehouse, eh?
Oh, you're finally done? You were taking so long. I hopped off for a little nap.
For yawning? Really? You're just a computer program. You don't get tired.
Hey, B.O. My temper's got a hair trigger, and you're awfully close to pulling it. So I'd watch my mouth if I were you. Otherwise...
Well, do you really need me to spell it out?
Forget it.
That's a good boy. Alrighty, let's get back to what we were talking about earlier. Namely, how do you get more BP?
We go into the AB rooms, right? Look. We got some keys for them right here. Kay and Quark have 2 each. So we got 6
But
altogether.
who goes into what room?
Pairs go with pairs,
Doesn't
solos
really
go with
matter.
solos.
Anybody can go into any room.
But there are only 6 rooms.
Didn't I tell you? The 2 members of a pair share the same destiny.
Then you mean both members of a pair need to go into the same room?
Yes, yes, yes.
What do we do after we go into the room?
Play a game.
Stop doing it now like this, Emo, man. What are you doing?
It says on the door. You play the Ambidex game!
Wait, what's ambidex supposed to mean anyway?
I would guess it's short for ambidextrous. Most use the word to refer to the ability to use both of one's hands, instead of favoring the left or right. But it can also be taken to mean someone who is duplicitous or two-faced.
Game of betrayal, then?
Yes, I guess you could put it that way.
And what's the notary game?
Ah, that refers to the whole enchilada. The notary game is a game where you try to open the number 9 door and escape. The Ambidex game is just a mini game you play as part of the larger one. Make sense?
Like hell. This shit is confusing.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Or is it that you're just a few carrots short of a bushel? What do you think, B.O.?
You arrogant little bastard.
Well, that's just how I am. So you better get used to it. Now, could I have you all move to the AV room, please? I'll give you more specifics once everyone's inside. I think it'll probably be easier to understand that way.
Kay, Quark, and myself each gave 1 card to Luna, Alice, and Tenmuji. Then we headed into the AB rooms. There wasn't really a discussion about who to go into which door, but fine, I found ourselves heading towards the door. Because everybody else had gone in already.
Why are you
Which I
asking
had
me?
to do.
Just hurry up and get in there.
Okay, okay.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Oh, dude, we get my what's it called tomorrow. Let's go. Episode 3 of Moonlord. What? The game's got a time limit too.
Something wrong?
Wait. No, nothing. I just
What are you
there's no one
talking
here.
about? Of course there isn't anyone here. Let's get
Well,
inside.
yeah, I know. I just. Yeah, right.
This looks just like the room we woke up in.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing that's
That
different.
screen.
Yeah, looks like there's something on it. Name of this game will now begin. Enter your vote. Please touch the start button on the screen. Once you have entered your vote, the door will lock automatically when I open the game. The polling period is finished.
Shit! The hell are you doing, you idiot?
What, I just pressed
Did
the
you
button?
even read what it said? Once you press that
I
button,
read what
it
it
locks
said.
the door for 40 minutes. Now, thanks to your stupid ass, we're stuck in here for almost an hour. Yes, really.
Oh, really?
Hey, hey, hey! Looks like everybody's closed their AB gates. That's the
AB
door
gate?
to the AB room, silly. You're in the AB room right now. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be continuing my earlier explanation. Now, let's get this party started! Let me tell you about the AB game. Since it's a game, you're obviously going to have an opponent. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everybody. Each round will be a one-on-one battle. Mono a mono, or mono a womano. Well, there are 2 people in each pair, aren't there? So it'll be more of a 2-on-1 battle, I guess. Now, I imagine you're all wondering who your opponent is going to be. It's actually really easy. You'll be competing against whoever you paired up with to go through the chromatic doors. For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Alas and went through the cyan door, didn't they? That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Alas. And it goes the other way too. Alas's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously, that means Potassium and Clevo's enemy will be Camioli. And B.O. and Quirk's enemy will be Mooney. Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it? After all, if you choose ally, then they're your ally. What? Don't get it? Well, don't worry. Just listen while Zero the Third explains it all. First, I want everybody to focus on the screen on the device in the back of the room. You should see A, ally, and B, betray on it. Do you? All you guys have to do is pick! Just pick one!
What
of
if there's
those
so many
easy
stinking
options.
replays?
Your BP will go up or down, depending on what you pick. It's a little complicated, and some of you are a little slow. So, I made this handy chart. The plus and minus are from your point of view. So, let's say you choose ally, and so does your opponent. You'll get 2 BP, and so will they. And you'll all get a nice warm, fuzzy feeling inside. We call that the best pals outcome. Just puts a smile on your face, doesn't it? Next is what you get. If you choose ally. to betray. If that happens, you lose 2 BP, and they get 3. We call that the stupid jerk face outcome.
Somebody did that to me, I'd skin them and stew them with some taters.
The third choice is the opposite of that. It's when you choose betray, but your nice, innocent opponent chooses ally. This time, you're the one who gets 3 BP, and they're the one who loses 2. We call that the serves them right outcome. I mean, what were they thinking? Choosing ally was a stupid choice, and there's nothing for you to feel guilty about. And finally, the very last scenario. This is when you choose betray, and so does your opponent. If that happens, neither of you gets or loses anything. Absolutely 0 change in BP. Boring. We call this the why even bother outcome. As the game master here, this is the situation I want to avoid the most. You're probably wondering about the pairs, aren't you? Well, let me explain. Remember how I told you that both people in a pair share a destiny? Well, that applies here too. The 2 of you only get 1 vote. You get to choose once between ally or betray. That doesn't mean you split your points, though. You both get 3 points, or lose 2 points, or whatever. In other words, what you see on this chart is what you get. Okay then. I think that about does it for the basic rules. Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but it'll just have to wait, I guess.
Why does it have to wait?
It'll be okay.
Oh well.
30 minutes remain until
No, we don't have minutes to just win that ribbon.
polling closes.
Anyway, I've gotta hop along now. Don't do something harebrained and wait until the last minute. You got plenty of time, so think it out. Bye-bye now. Have a nice trust.
Man,
About
What are we
the
gonna
AB
do?
game?
you vote ally.
Yeah,
Which is
it's a
ally or
tough
betray?
call.
No, it's not. Alice was on ice for like 5,000 years.
This is really kind of an interesting game. Seems like it's based on the prisoner's
This doesn't know what
dilemma.
betrayal means. It's just a ice brain.
You've never heard of it? It's a thought
Yes,
experiment
I
that
have.
uses game theory to examine why people do or don't cooperate. Let's say Apple and Banana have committed a serious crime. I just gave them
Apple
the
and
first names
Banana.
I thought of. They don't mean anything. Anyway, Apple and Banana are caught by the police and sent off to separate cells far away from one another. In other words, there's no way for them to contact each other. And they're not like telepaths or something. So that's the setup. You following me? So,
keep
a
going.
detective shows up. He visits each cell and tells them both exactly the same thing. It goes something like this.
You can both clam up if that's what you want. We're gonna have to put you both in the slammer for 2 years if you do. Now, if you flip on your pal over there, tell me everything. I can get your sentence reduced to 1 year. That means your buddy will serve 15, but that ain't your problem, right? Of course, if he decides to spill the beans, it goes the other way. He gets 1 year, and you get to spend 15 years eating government cheese. You're probably wondering if both of you confess. Well, I can shave off a little time for saving me trouble, but you'll still both do 10 years. So, punk, what's it gonna be? Gonna give me what I want? Or you gonna keep that trap shut? Of course, I told your partner the same thing I just told you. I wonder if you can trust him to keep the cat in the bag. No rush. I'll give you plenty of time to think about it.
So that's the prisoner's dilemma. What a weird way to go about it. Why does it say
Yeah.
it's just money?
What would you do? Say you were in Apple or Banana's shoes.
Well, and my erstwhile criminal associate Banana is going to keep his mouth shut. And the best choice for me is spill the beans. I mean, if you have no compassion. We only serve 1 year, but what if he confesses too? The smart thing would be for me to do the same. After all, because if you don't have, and I don't, then I'll spend 15 years in prison. If I confess, I can shave 5 years off that. Then it seems like the best choice is always going to be to confess.
Interesting. But you're forgetting something important.
That's why they call you
That
Sigma.
Banana will be thinking the same thing. So you'll both confess, and you'll both end up serving 10 years. Do you get it? If you both trusted each other, then neither of you would have served more than 2 years. But because you both made the decision based on your own self-interest, you're gonna spend 8 more years in prison. In other words, the logical decision leads not only to a less desirable outcome on the group level, but also a pretty shitty situation on the personal level too. You see now? The A-B game is the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah. They're pretty much the same thing. If we trust Alice, we can both increase our BP by 2. But if we don't trust each other, in the long run, it won't benefit either of us.
Yeah, but this is where it gets interesting. Let's say for a moment all 9 of us are on one team. Who would we be playing against? Right.
0, of course.
So we can assume the 9 of us are fighting 0 in the AB game. If you look at it that way, what would we want to do to beat him? Just look at the point totals. Say we all picked Ally. What would our total points be?
Oh, well, 2 times 9 is 18, so
Okay.
18 points.
Now let's say one of the pairs chooses Betray.
Pair picked Betray will get 3 points each, so in total they'd have 6 points. But the solo they betrayed would have 2 points subtracted, so total gain from that game would only be 4 points. The other 2 groups would choose Ally for that round, right? So for the other teams, they will get 6 each, which will give you 2 times 6 is 12, plus 4, 16 points total.
So what does that tell you?
Consider all 9 of us to be on the same team. We need to always choose Ally to get the most points. If one person chooses Betray, the total points like it goes down.
In this game, if each individual acts for the benefit of the whole group, everyone benefits. But if everyone starts looking out for themselves, it'll impact the group negatively. And eventually, it'll impact them negatively too. If all of us choose Betray, then the group gets 0 points. Ultimately, nobody benefits, not even the individual. In other words, selfish but logical decisions hurt everyone, and they hurt you.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna press the Betray button. What you're saying is that I should pick Ally.
I mean the opposite. If you're going to make the most logical choice here, the only option is Betray.
Why? You explained why that was a terrible idea.
It's not the prisoner's solution. It's the prisoner's dilemma. Even though there's an outcome where everybody's happy, the choice you'd have to make for that outcome isn't the rational one. You want to pick it, but you can't. A dilemma. If we choose Ally, and Alice does too, then yes, it'll be great. All 3 of us will get 2 points. That would be ideal, obviously. And it would help everybody. But what if Alice chooses Betray?
Our BP will go down to 1.
And if that happens, we're screwed. So
20 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
unless we can be certain that Alice will choose Ally, we don't have a choice. We have to choose Betray.
If I don't know if you know this or not, Alice was in a coffin, frozen forever. She's looking for as many friends as she
Unfortunately,
can
we don't
get.
have any way to know that for certain. That means we have to make the rational choice. It would be great to make the right choice, but we can't.
I can, 'cause I'm the gamer. Hey, did you just say we're screwed? If you don't mind telling me, what did you mean by that? I'm guessing something happens if our BP hits 0, right? I mean, the way you said it sure, it makes it seem like something's going to happen. Do you know something? Did you know something? What are you hiding? Yeah, you know there's been something weird about you from the moment we met. And
Oh,
started
knock
hiding
it
your money.
off. This is getting old.
I don't care if it's getting ancient. This is important. know you. But you seem to know me somehow. Only information I can think of that makes any kind of
What
sense
about
is that you're working
you?
with Zero.
Are you working with Zero?
Me?
You're too
Why
calm.
would you think that?
You wake up trapped in some kind of twisted game and it
Just
doesn't even
freaking out
faze
the
you?
entire time.
That hardly seems normal. Don't
come on, I
change
can
the
ask you the same
subject.
thing.
We're talking about you. Maybe you actually do know me.
Where the heck did that come from? Look, I already told you I've never seen you before in my life. My eyeballs, man. Sorry, what did this say? My ambrosia?
Sigma. Just let it go. Our time's up. This is it. Before it ends, I wanted to tell you thanks. You know we're about to die, but you still stuck with me. So, thank you, Sigma. Goodbye.
Danger. Are we on the freaking moon?
What's wrong?
What was that?
Saw what?
Assault. An
Explosion?
explosion? I think there's a bomb somewhere in this building. I'm not sure, but it sounded like it was on a timer. You and I were trying to stop it, but we couldn't do anything. And
Whoa,
and-
Sigma, calm down. What are you talking about? What is
Ooh, I
it
got it.
now? It hurts?
My head.
You know,
Yeah.
you said it hurt when you first woke up in the AB room, too.
It didn't just hurt.
Are
I
you
felt like
all
it was
right?
going to explode.
Maybe you should rest a
I
little.
think so. Yeah, maybe I could just lay my head on your lap. What?
Of course. I shouldn't have worried.
Vi and I spent the rest of our time out until the door opened in silence. The game was forgotten, so I tried to make sense of what I'd seen. Had it been real in any way, or was it just hallucination brought on by stress, or maybe some strange drug they dosed me with while I was out? It had seemed real, though. Was it a premonition? Had a stifle bark of laughter at the thought. Seeing the future, that wasn't some crappy sci-fi novel. This was real life. This didn't happen. Things like that didn't happen. I was just tired. The stress of the notary game was probably getting to me more than I thought. I was tired and I was emotional. Hallucination was strange, but really, it was perfectly understandable. What if I wasn't losing it? What if I was fine? What if it hadn't been a hallucination? I sat there for what felt like hours, my mind running in circles.
Five minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
What?
the
Do you
heck
need
was
a
that?
translator? If you don't vote fast enough, then it'll set your vote to ally. Makes sense? Or do I need to use smaller words?
Well, be smaller. If you plan to pick ally, then you don't even really need
I
to go
guess
to the
not.
AB room.
We're already in here, though. So, we might as well figure out what we're gonna do. What's it gonna be, Sigma? Ally? Or betray?
Why are you even asking? Made it
Well, I
pretty clear
didn't
that we
say
should choose
should.
betray.
I just said we didn't really have a choice. It's completely
It's the same
different.
thing.
The former is an active opinion. The latter is just passive information. Yeah,
Whatever, you still want to betray, right? And why did you ask me? So we never really finished our competition from earlier. Then we'd be screwed if our BP dropped to 1. What did you mean by that? Something going to happen if our BP gets to 0 or something?
we die. If our BP drops to 0, we die. The needles in our bracelets activate. Yeah.
Are you sure? Well, how the heck did you know that? You never said
I don't
anything about
know.
it.
I swear, I don't. I know somehow. There's just this feeling I've got. Like that's what'll happen.
Oh, come on, not again. Give me the same line where I asked you why you knew my name. How would you know all these things when there's no way on Earth? Wait, did
What?
you see it? Did you have some sort of, I don't know, premonition?
What? What the hell are you talking about? You sounded like a crazy person the first time, too. Seriously,
And
Sigma, are you okay? I think there's something wrong with you.
This is wrong. Fire was supposed to be acting strange, not me. That he or she was asking if I was okay, but what if it wasn't just her? What if I was losing it too? I groaned. My head felt awful. It was like someone had thrown my brain into the food processor and hit puree.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Hey, it's almost time. What are you gonna pick? If you aren't going to do it, then
No, I'm
You're
fine.
gonna choose
I'll do
betray,
it.
right?
Nope. Don't worry
All
about
right,
it.
take it away.
30 seconds.
I stood in front of the selection screen and took a deep breath. This was it. Remember my options the last time. There was only one possible choice. Please wait.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
It's fine. I stepped out of the AV room and could see the others running towards the projection, shoving and pushing to get
What
closer.
the hell were you thinking? Did you hear anything I said?
Yeah, I was.
Ben?
Yeah, I did.
It's
Well,
not
I
really
want
a
to
rational
else.
decision.
I know.
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
Fuck! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go.
We'll find out if you made the right choice.
All right. I mean, I made the right choice. I'm doing all the choices, so they're all right.
Good.
Good.
Looks like you're all here. Finally.
Let's get ready to rock!
The Dex Game! Round 1! Go results!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Clover, you're heartless.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
Hey, Alice. What the heck?
Excuse me? I just made the most rational choice. The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
Why?
I could ask you
Why
the
did you
same
do it?
question. Why did you do something as stupid as choose ally?
Why haven't you heard of the prisoner's dilemma? The solution is for all of us to choose ally.
All of us, huh? Kay and Clover chose betray too, you know.
Yeah, they ain't no better.
I know about the prisoner's dilemma.
You probably experienced it,
But
5,000 years
picking
ago.
ally isn't a reasonable outcome. Just look at the results for this round. What do they tell you? You're a pretty tender-hearted guy to trust somebody you just met. Well, maybe tender-headed would be a little more appropriate in this case. Oh, was
What?
that upsetting? My apologies. I'm only trying to warn you.
Alice is right. You made a stupid choice. And thanks to you, our BP is down to 1 now.
Gosh darn it. Said my jaw is down away from Alice and feet. Hi. My head has balled themselves in the fist. My hands have balled themselves in the fist, but my throat was tight and my eyes stung. Why has she done that? Quark, Dio, and Luna's group. The hands seem calm, almost
Thank
happy.
you. I'm so happy you chose Ally.
No problem.
Well, to
Dio
tell you
was-
the truth, Mr. Dio wanted to pick Betray.
Yep.
What?
Hey!
Mr. Dio told me to pick Betray so that we could get 3 points. He said we could escape together. If we betrayed you, then we'd have 6 BP. And then, if we betrayed someone in the next round, we'd have 9.
Oh, Dio, is this true?
No, that's not what happened at all.
Kidding! I lied. That was a joke. Mr. Dio would never do something like that.
Quark, I mean, I was with you for, like, you know, being a believer. And then you just took it back. Sorry, bad, I'm gonna totem pole again with Grandpa.
It was a joke?
Yeah.
I know they don't exist in
Man,
your timeline yet.
You really had me going there.
You got out the Mayflower, distress,
I
committing
really
genocide.
surprised
I get
you,
it.
huh?
So you really were planning to choose Ally all along? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't worry about it. We only did what anybody else would do. Right, Mr. Dio?
Yeah. Exactly.
I understand. I guess I just haven't had enough time to earn your trust, huh?
I suppose you could say that. I just didn't really expect you to be so nice about it.
Like there had been some sort of argument between K Clover and Tenmyoji, although whatever it was seemed to have resolved itself amicably.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Well, you said round 1. If there's a round 1, then there's likely a round 2.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP? That's impossible without a second round.
Oh, yeah. I guess you got a point. You're right. There will be a second round.
When?
I don't know.
Why not?
The voting happens when an AB gate opens.
They're already open.
Right you are. So, let me just close them.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 2 of the Ambidex game will be the Moon Round. Moon cards will be required to open the gates.
Moon cards. Does that mean we can't use these cards anymore since they got suns on them?
Yes, indeedy. Now, you'll have to look for cards with moons on them.
So, how many times do we play the AB game?
I don't know. As many times as you need to. It's anybody's guess how long it'll go. But I plan on keeping this party going until somebody opens the number 9 door.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
Nope. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on.
Of course, you could also get stuck just below 9 BP, where every bunny just keeps going back and forth, winning and losing points. After all, if there's no bunny with 9 BP, the door can't open. If that happens, you'll just have to continue on to round 3, and round 4, and round 5. Round 100, round 2000, you might even go all the way up to round 24,9,004,897. Although, I really, really hope it doesn't come to that.
Can I ask you
I don't
something?
know. Can you?
Rules about who can go into the secondary doors, right? Like you have to have.
Yeah? So?
What about the number 9 door?
Nope.
Rules the same?
There aren't any rules about how many people can go through that door. It could be 1 person, or 2 people, or even all 9 of you. There is one thing though, Siggy. All that stuff about how you have to have 3 people to go through the secondary chromatic doors, maybe it's not 100% true.
What?
Well,
What do you mean?
you can open the door with just 1 or 2 people if you want.
That's not what you told us.
Well, I didn't want to make things complicated.
Then explain it now.
Just use the bracelets.
What? How?
There's a sort of scanner between the 2 doors. It checks to see if the right people are going through. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's scanning the people.
So, it's scanning the bracelets then?
Ding ding ding! As long as the scanner sees the right combination of bracelets, it doesn't matter how many people there are!
Wait, hold on a minute. Did this thing even come off?
Oh, yes!
They do indeed.
Then how do I take it off?
Well, there's 2 ways. The first is to get through the number 9 door and escape. As soon as you're out, the bracelet unlocks all by itself.
What's the second way? Hey, Zero, wake up, will ya? What's the second way?
Oh, B.O. I think you already know.
What?
Do you really want to get rid of that bracelet?
Of course I do!
Oh, well, I see. It's easy. Nothing to it, really.
You die.
That yourself?
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses. You know what an electrocardiogram is, right? Technically, it's a machine that graphs the electric current flowing across the myocardium, but you probably know it as the thing in the hospital with the little light that goes beep, 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 beep. When someone dies on a TV show. Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching. So, when that signal goes away...
The lock on the bracelet releases, right?
Yep. So there you go. The second way. Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off. Apart from that, there's no other way to get the bracelets off. If you try something harebrained, like trying to break them or something, you'll be disobeying the rules. I don't think I need to remind you what happens when you do that. But if you're lucky, you might get to see a few of them come off during the next round. Oops. I guess it's not going to be very lucky for some of you, huh?
Next round.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Well, do I have to explain everything?
Somebody might die during the next round of the AB game. There. That's pretty clear, right? If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Tenmialdi. Or Siggy. Oh, or maybe Fido. Or maybe everyone.
What?
Why?
I guess I can tell you why. Anyone whose
We know why.
BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break the rules. I'm pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is.
I mean, the needles in her bracelets are going to activate and
Correct,
will die.
Siggy. Full marks.
So, if I had been right, wow, was she known before Zero told us?
I see. Phi Sigma and I only have 1 BP. That means we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
Took a moment to go over everything in my head. The AB game would continue until someone opened the number 9 door. There were no rules about how many people couldn't go past the number 9 door. That means it was possible for everyone to escape. Secondary chromatic doors could be opened by any number of people, as long as you had the right bracelets. Bracelets would only unlock under 2 conditions: that the building or your heart stopped. If If your BP at 0, needles in your bracelet would activate killing you.
Oh, one last thing. The next set of chromatic doors you'll be going through are downstairs. You already saw them, right? There should have been 3. Red, blue, and green. That means that to get through, you'll need bracelets in cyan, magenta, and yellow.
But wait, you've already got those bracelets. Have a look. The color's changed, hasn't it?
Yes, we saw yellow. The change. I'm
So
yellow
am
now.
I.
Me too. It looks like the color wasn't the only thing that changed.
What do you mean?
Well, it looks
Just a
like
pair
our
now?
groups have changed too. I was a solo last round, but now it says pair.
Wait. Really? Mine still says solo.
It looks like Luna and I both changed. Although I've gone from solo to pair.
I'm the opposite. Mine went from pair to solo.
No change here. Still a pair. I guess this must be magenta. Are you two magenta too?
Are you colorblind, my man?
Yeah.
Quark, Clover, and I are cyan.
I think Mr. K and I are pairs. And Miss Clover is a solo?
Looks like it.
When did they change?
Back when the AV gates closed. As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too. And of course, it's totally random. No rules or anything. Now, with all of that explained, I must bid you adieu. Sadly, we may never meet again.
What?
Well, there's not really anything for me to facilitate anymore. I mean, you guys are good from here, right? I'll never see you guys again. Did you really think I was gonna cry? Suckers! As if I'd cry over you dummies!
What the? You flippin' broody?
You mad? Anyway, good luck. I may be gone, but I'm always watching. Maybe I'll see you again someday. Have a nice tragedy.
That little piece of shit.
Got him. Let's get about to save. Okay. We'll probably do more of this tomorrow. Maybe see what my schedule is like. But get me out of here. Good place today. I didn't want to go to here. Go to here. And do that. Okay. Do you want to pivot to anything? Not really. Tomorrow, let me think. I think we gotta do. I don't have the thing open. So, midnight is Elden Ring. That's good until like the 24th. 4:30 a.m. is Chinatown, which is good till the 18th. Maybe do some Chinatown tomorrow, and then we'll play it by ear. Or it's Weird West goes to the 20th, and Isaac goes to the 21st. This is good till I did 4 today. 21st. So I should do Chinatown tomorrow, and then I'll figure out what else I'm doing. Alright. Get me out of here.